order January 20th, 2025, or 2026. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
President Dyke.
Present.
Pro Tem Steffler.
Present.
Councilmember Feldman.
Present.
Councilmember Glasser.
Present.
Councilmember Miller.
Present.
Councilmember Powell.
Present.
Councilmember Schneider.
Present.
Approval of the agenda. Did we add number 5 to the agenda in the new packet?
Because we had the contract under closed session, so it got bumped off.
Okay, so we're going to remove the contract from closed session and make it item number 5 on the regular agenda. Is there any other additions or deletions to tonight's agenda? If none, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Support.
Motion by President Pro Tem Steffler, supported by Councilmember Schneider to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Agenda is approved. Communications, we have none listed, but we do have introduction of new police officers. Chief?
At the council's request, we've been bringing all the new officers as well as promoted officers before council, so everybody gets to put a face with a name. So Kevin Kowalik was promoted a short time ago to Sergeant. Sergeant Kowalik, if you'd like to walk up and say a few words, and then we will also follow it up with Officer Michael Wodakowski and Joseph Sapienza.
So, as many know, Kevin Kowalik, I've been here for a couple of years. Recently was promoted to the position of sergeant. We have a great community. I'm very excited and look forward to working in this capacity, serving our community members, following the vision of the chief, and obviously supporting good officers like I have behind me. So I appreciate your guys' support. Look forward to this part of my career, and pretty exciting journey. And again, thank you and look forward to it. So.
Hello, my name is Mike Hadakowski. I'm come with 25 years of experience. I did 2 years in the city of Detroit, followed by 23 in the city of Oak Park, where I had the pleasure of being a K-9 handler, which is probably one of the best positions in police work. So I'm excited to bring the experience, a little bit of energy to the township and the village, and look forward to putting in a number of years here. So thank you for the opportunity.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joseph Sapienza. I don't have as much experience as Officer Hodakowski. I'm new to police work, but I'm very excited to be here. It's a good department to be with. I'm looking to move up. I just got engaged with my fiance. Looking to move in this area with this township, and very happy to be here and appreciate everyone.
Thank you. Congratulations. No other communications, consent agenda, regular meeting minutes, January 6th.
The only correction I think I had to the January 6th meeting minutes was I thought it's just good if we maintain consistency of being clear which Steve Schneider we're referring to in these minutes. It bugs me. So could we under number 1, the second bullet point, adding the appointment of Stephen R. Schneider to a 3-year term, just to clarify, so it doesn't make it look like I was appointed. And that's the only correction I think I had to the January 6th meeting minutes.
Anybody else on January 6th? January 10th special meeting. January 14th special meeting.
January 14th, it bothers me if the rest of the council doesn't agree. I guess it's fine, but it bothers me that this is one of the only meeting minutes I've ever seen where it offers no discussion by council. Makes it look like we just immediately voted. It doesn't have any background under the item. It just moves right into The moving of the motion, the seconding. Also, by the way, that was the other thing I wanted to mention is it refers to Councilmember Steffler should be President Pro Tem Steffler, number one. Number two, I thought that it should indicate that we had previous discussion about this before moving. That would be our common practice, right? So that was just the same thing for number one and number two. There was minimal discussion, but that then led to the motion. And those are my only corrections.
Anybody else on meeting minutes January 14th? General fund. Major street fund. Local street fund. Park and recreation fund. Downtown development authority fund. Capital project fund. Sewer fund. Water fund. Equipment fund. Payroll register report. Water report. DPW activity report.
On the DPW activity report, I saw there was the issue with the ice rink, and that it had a hole in the lining, but they said they weren't given any direction whether to open it or close it. Who did they communicate with the park board? Did they talk to somebody?
Roberta Goodson was our primary contact between DPW and Park Board, and she submitted her resignation from Park Board. So there's going to be a little bit of discussion on how we move forward and appointing that new contact. So yes, agreed. There was a lack of communication going on there, and that was the reason.
That was my concern. They say they weren't given any direction. I'm going, but did you even get to talk to anyone, or is there anybody
Right.
to talk to? Okay, I just wanted to make sure because
Yeah, and we had some discussions on if we have enough board members to open, close, take care of the ice rink, inventory the equipment, that sort of thing. So we're a little thin on Park Board.
I'm aware, right? That made it seem like there was just no answer at all. And I'm wondering if it's more of there's even a line of communication at all with anyone. But okay,
Yeah.
that was my only question on the DPW report.
Anybody else on DPW report? Wastewater treatment plant report. I was just going to ask, and then I saw that they are moving to the ShareNet to use for plant activity, which I thought was good. Police report. Building permit report. Financial position report. Clerk treasurer report. SRO report.
In our clerk treasurer report, real quickly, I noticed fuel was up quite a bit. Am I reading that wrong? That it looked like it was primarily police department fuel being up, causing the 58% increase in fuel usage? Was I reading that incorrectly?
There's, Mr. President, may I?
Yep.
The fuel consumption was up dramatically in all the departments. The plows were running, the wastewater treatment plants consumption was triple the month before, but they helped plow the park, and of course they're plowing their parking lot. It was up across the board, and that is directly weather related. And as far as the police department, they're certainly busy, but I'm not exactly sure why that was up. I did not ask the chief to give me a reason.
And it's not being critical at all. I was just, first of all, the way it's presented, I wasn't sure I was actually reading that correctly of what it's attributable to. Secondly, I was going, if so, why did we drive so many more miles than we did previously? I was just wondering if there was a different activity or something else going on that I wasn't aware of.
As it regards to the police department, we have more officers on the road.
Okay, that,
Because I did add we changed the shift when the new sergeant came on board. So my sergeant started both running after the shifts.
Okay.
Longer shift periods and then second car.
and I do
So I was
see,
training the new officers.
and I do see quite the increased presence. So that would, the lines up, it makes sense. Okay, fantastic. That was my only question.
Anybody else on any part of the consent agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Support?
Motion by President Pro Tem Stuffler, supported by Councilmember Snyder to approve consent agenda. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes unanimously. Now is the time for public comment for any item on our regular agenda. Do we have any public comment tonight? Being none. Regular agenda, June Drive tax penalty waiver request. Manager Kerberson?
Yes, that is the parcel that we received from Mr. Novak. It is next to couple of residential houses. It is a piece of property where the council a number of years ago bought an easement under the property, but they did not get control of the property. I talked to Mr. Novak about giving us the property for the outstanding costs in the taxes and the maintenance, and he agreed, awarded us the property. We accepted it, filed the deed, and now we're asking all of the entities to waive the taxes. And so far, they all have. The back taxes.
I'll make the motion that we waive penalties and fees totaling $51.81 on parcel number 44-041-647-000-01.
Support.
Motion by President Pro Tem Stuffler, supported by, or seconded by Councilmember Feldman, to approve the tax penalty waiver request as stated on the record. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Agenda item number 2, resolution 2026-0101, formally identifying St. Clair Street as an all-season route. Manager Herbertson?
Yes, I included a memo in the packet, but to sum it up, St. Clair Street has always been used as an all-season route. It's on the county collector road, open road map, which indicates all season. There's no truck limit that goes on it in the spring, a weight limit. It's been built appropriately for those standards. Well, turns out that the group that oversees our interaction with the state did not properly list it on the map. So they, based on the grant that we received towards our match money on the St. Clair Street reconstruction project, the state noticed, as you could see by the email exchange, that the road wasn't qualified because it wasn't listed in the right type of road map. It turns out almost all of these similar roads in communities around the county were not listed. So she said, or the MDOT person wrote me a note, the Metropolitan Planning Authority representative wrote me a note and said, hey, to make this road eligible for the money that we granted you, you need to, by the end of this month, approve it to be an all-season weather, all-season route for vehicles and traffic, and we'll put it on the map then. So that's why I've brought it to you, so that we can continue to move those dollars towards that project.
Ask it. Well, I can ask it. So the only question I had about this resolution is right at the end. Should that be signed by deputy village clerk today, or because we're calling out somebody who isn't an employee?
Oh, you will vote today. She will be, if hired, the village clerk at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, and she can then sign.
I guess it's just a matter of, chicken or the egg type situation.
And in this case, if she was concerned that there was something underhanded, she could watch the meeting video for the vote too.
It's a draft, so whoever signs the certification needs to correct that paragraph correctly, right? Is it essentially the point?
Do we need to make a correction part of the motion?
We don't correct someone else's certification. It's their certification. They need to certify. They're the one that's bonded. They're the one providing an oath. They're the one providing the certification. We don't tell them how to correct their certification. Ours is every bit of language above the certification.
Right. Any other questions regarding the resolution? Being none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion that we approve resolution 26-01-01.
Support.
Motion by President Pro Tem Stoppler, supported by Councilmember Snyder, to approve resolutions 2026-01-01, identifying St. Clair as an all-season route. All those in favor say aye. Or no, roll call. Roll call to resolution.
Feldman.
Aye.
Glasser. Miller.
Aye.
Powell.
Aye.
Schneider.
Aye.
Dyke.
Aye.
Steffler.
Aye.
Motion unanimously passes by roll call. Agenda item number 3, approval of council chamber furnace replacement. Manager Kerberson.
Yes, as outlined in the memo, I received bids for replacement of the furnace that was originally installed when this room was added to the village hall. And we had certified mechanics out to look at it, determined that it was in immediate need of replacement. So I got bids from 3 companies that gave us 4 proposals. Each company came here, looked at the unit, measured the size, the space and so on. They gave us almost identical bids. 3 of them were very similar bids. And the 4th one, as you can see, is my opinion, as I stated, a higher quality unit for a little more expense. So it isn't the least expensive unit being bid, but it is the one with stainless steel heat exchangers that are guaranteed for 10 years, and the heat exchangers have a lifetime replacement. So as long as the unit works, the heat exchangers are under warranty. So I felt that was a great value and a good quality, so I recommend that unit for purchase, but it is, of course, up to your decision.
It's a common thing to fail on a furnace is the motor and the heat exchanger.
Heat exchanger's done. Your furnace is done, usually.
Well, and it's dangerous as soon as the heat exchanger goes.
Yeah.
But it's, aside from that, they're difficult to replace as well. And so it's cost prohibitive that you usually just replace the unit.
So is this a shared cost because it's building?
Yes.
And the township's good with what we're going with?
Didn't ask.
So if we approve this, does this still need to go before their board for approval as well?
No, we're the fiduciary of the building. We handle the maintenance and all that sort of thing.
So we take care of it, hire, pay, and then ask for reimbursement.
Right. Okay. And in this case, if it would have been $4,900, it wouldn't have even come to the council. I would have just moved forward with it. But because it's over my spending limit, I had to get your permission to purchase.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Of the furnace with the Amana coated by Michigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling for $6,200.
Support.
Motion by Councilmember Glasser, supported by Councilmember Feldman to approve the furnace replacement from Michigan Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, the Amana for $6,200. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Agenda item number 4, absence request, village council member. So,
You'd like me to address that?
yeah, go ahead.
When you make a commitment to be on a council, you really should be here. No, I'm kidding. You got an email this morning, Mr. President, so I'll let you address it.
Okay. So according to your charter, if a council member is going to miss multiple meetings in a row, the proper process is for council to approve that absence. Councilmember Miller sent me a communication this week stating that he will not be able to attend the next 2 meetings in February and the first in March, and he's asking for council to approve an absence since he will be out of state on business. Do we have any discussion on that? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Is there a motion to excuse him
Yes,
from?
yes.
I'll make a motion to excuse Councilmember Miller for the next 3 council meetings as requested.
Support.
Motion by President Pro Tem Stuckler, supported by Council Members Schneider to approve the absence request of Councilmember Robert Miller for the next 3 council meetings. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Abstain.
Motion passes, 1 abstention.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 5, clerk treasurer contract. Manager Curbison.
As you know, we approved the hiring of Randy Sue Listerman as the clerk treasurer. If we could come to a contract agreement, I talked with her a little bit, put together a proposal. Councilman Snyder looked at it and made a couple of very good corrections and or additions to the document. And then I sent her a copy to see if she was comfortable with what we were proposing. She sent it back with no corrections, no requests, couple of questions, and told me she would in fact be comfortable with it and willing to start tomorrow if we in fact approve it at the meeting this evening. I can talk about any of the parts of the contract that you might want to. The salary is less than we were paying our previous clerk treasurer. The amount of comp time is less than we were paying our previous clerk treasurer.
You would state that the salary, though, is competitive with area clerks in her experience?
Yes, I think so. Definitely. And again, she was comfortable with it. There is a increase after 6 months of successful work performance. So again, I thought it was a great contract on our side and very good on her side. So.
Do you have questions regarding the proposed contract?
You know what her contract was at her previous?
I didn't try to get that because I didn't want that to influence my thoughts on a proposal.
I guess I need clarification. I know the draft you sent me, the red lines I provided, you provided that ongoing draft to Ms. Listerman. She had no issues with it, is willing to execute it, right? Okay. But we're asking the rest of council to vote in approval of it, but they've never read it? Is it
They received it today.
they did get it today?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Apologies. I was on the road later most of the day today, so I didn't know who had seen it.
It was emailed mid-afternoon.
Okay, good. As long as everybody's seen it, that was my only concern. Just want to make sure everybody was comfortable with the language, because there was, some new additions, mostly just pulls from other contracts that we already had in place. And, we started obviously with Ms. Kiesler's previous contract and then just worked our way backwards from there. And because this is a new employee, there's some minor modifications to that. So as long as everybody's comfortable, then I have no concerns.
Anybody else on council? I just had one question. I think we've discussed it before, but I just wanted to bring it back. We've talked about vacation days, sick days, and then just personal days wrapped together. And this contract specified sick days and personal days. Is that standard for the village? Okay.
Yes. And one of the things we talked about a little while ago, right after the police contract, turning things into paid time off.
Right.
And it's just ingrained in all the personnel contracts that it would be labor intensive and difficult, and we'd have to open all these contracts to make a difference without a distinction. Everything would be the same. It just would be called one thing instead of another thing.
I thought we had talked about that before, but I just want to get clarification on it. Anybody else on council? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we approve the employment agreement for the clerk treasurer Village of Almont with Randy Sue Listerman.
Support.
Motion by Councilmember Schneider, supported by Councilmember Miller to approve the clerk treasurer contract as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. I want to thank council and specifically Manager Kerberson for their work on this. Dale, your turnaround with the negotiation and being able to get it done in a week with all the snow and holidays was highly appreciated and very high valued, so thank you. That ends our regular agenda, and now is the time for public comment for anything not on our regular agenda. Do we have any public comment tonight? Being none. Chief Willis, do you have anything to bring council?
No, sir.
It was nice to meet the new officers tonight. Thank you. Deputy Clerk, do you have anything to bring to council? Councilmember Glasser, do you have anything to bring to council?
Not tonight, sir. Thank you.
Councilmember Feldman.
How are we doing with our fun friend between Cracker Barrel and the parking lot over there?
We have had 0 incidents since it got cold out. But it is on the short list of things to investigate and continue to work on. I think I have a great solution, but I need a survey first. So that's the next.
I've had a couple of people say that they had stickers put on their driver windows in the middle of the glass when they were parked on what I am pretty sure is the village's portion of the parking lot. I told them if they knew who put the sticker on, to go to that person and ask them to pay for the property damage if they have to have it removed.
Well, in every case, we want them to, if we can, file a police report and document in some way the time, the date, all that sort of thing.
Cracker Barrel does have cameras facing directly at that parking lot, very visible from the outside, just common knowledge from what I've seen.
Anything else, Councilmember?
Nope, that's all I've got.
Councilmember Schneider.
None at this time.
President Pro Tem Stoeffler.
So as I mentioned, while we were looking at the consent agenda, we had another board member submit a letter of resignation. That was Roberta Hudson, who's served many, many years on Park Board and was our acting secretary. So we did push back our next regularly scheduled Park Board meeting to sort of collect ourselves and give us a little more time to figure out how we're moving forward and in what capacity. And something I do want to mention is that there are a lot of responsibilities on park board members, a lot of volunteer work that is increasingly hard to find volunteers to carry out. And we may need to think more about paid employee and how the park board may be structured in the future. So I just want to bring that to the board's attention. I know there's been some conversations on the township side as well. You know, what's the best way moving forward for the betterment of the park and the community as a whole. So I would expect those discussions to come back to council in the near future. So just wanted to give you a heads up for that. And that's all I have.
Councilmember Powell.
All set.
Councilmember Miller.
Thank you, Chief, for bringing the new officers in. Thank you.
No problem. Manager Herberson.
Well, first I'd suggest that you triple the park board members' pay, and that might drive some volunteers.
0 times anything is still 0.
Dude, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just a couple of little things. It's been busy in the office. I have to say, Lisa has done an amazing job. She was in quite a bit through the holidays. She was in Friday and then Monday. A lot of year-end things that need to be wrapped up, you know, that need to get out in the hands of the employees for taxes. And she has been taking it upon herself to get them completed and out the door. We're trying to help her as much as we can, and I think starting tomorrow she'll feel a little relieved when the clerk treasurer is back in the office. To that end, I've arranged, the computer's already set up for a new person, the passwords, all that is in place, and then Thursday, our computer service company will come to the office, physically make sure everything is working for her. They have a little tiny job for me and anybody else that in the village that needs a service call of any kind. They will be here. We had a system operating as a shadow or a mirror to our new systems. If you recall, we replaced all of our computers. It's been sitting in the front conference room, and they're going to now be able, things are going good. They're going to take that out of circulation and remove that from the room. So with all the stuff that's been going on, we got the computer set up for the new person, and one of the things we did was I keep talking with Brian. I'm concerned. I know the police take care in the difficult weather. They have all the equipment, gloves, all those sort of things. And the chief monitors them as well as the sergeants. But at the DPW, it's just Brian watching over the guys. So I've been talking to him, and then this morning I checked in with him again. Hey, you got to make sure it's super cold. The guys are using their clubs, wearing their ear muffs, that sort of thing. Try to stay, if you can do any work indoors. And he has been lamenting that because of the relentless snow, we have not been able to. Normally we would take apart, clean, wash the trucks, and then reset them up for salt and so on. We haven't been able to do that in weeks. So they did do some maintenance today, greasing and that sort of stuff. No disassembly, no washing, but we will be getting hit again with snow tomorrow, and then maybe there will be a break long enough that we can do our maintenance we'd like to do on each of those trucks. But we ordered our last 50 tons of salt, so we are through our reserved order. It doesn't mean we can't get more, but we basically prepaid 150 tons of salt, and we are on the last 50 tons, or moving into the last 50 tons for delivery. So we had an interesting issue over the weekend. There is a little pump house, well house in the parking lot behind the Rustic Bluebird, in that block building, there is a heater that runs to keep the room warm. We don't know if the heater just couldn't keep up or if it failed completely, but there was a very lucky of where the water line froze in there, broke. It was an attachment to the main line, so it wasn't the line that goes to the valve or to the hydrant. It was just a little use testing valve inside the building, probably based on its size is why it failed first. But it alerted us to the fact that the heater had failed. And the guys are checking it regularly, but with the wind and its failure, the timing, or the fact that it couldn't keep up, we had a freeze near the floor. Water was running out the door. The neighbors noticed, called council member, who then called the DPW supervisor, and we got it shut down and then fixed. We had to shut the hydrant down for a couple days, and I notified Don or the fire chief that it would be down for a few days, and I notified him this morning that it was back on and everything was fine. So the cold is giving us a little bit of trouble, and as you can see, it is hell on the roads. So we're trying to keep up. I think the guys have done a great job with the sidewalks and the parking lots downtown. They had a few days where there was a little bit of residue between the sidewalk and the road over this last weekend with all the blowing. That got shoved into the road today, and they will be through early in the morning tomorrow to clear it out and, make the parking all spiffy and clean and wait for the next snowstorm. So that's my update. Any questions? No? Okay.
So thank you for your efforts over the past week and a half. It's highly appreciated. Chief, police presence around town, I'm just hearing good stuff. So that's appreciated. And DPW, with the snow removal, they're always out. So I know this last part with the freezing over and stuff, it was more difficult, but and Manager Herberson, again, your efforts in the hiring process and all, with everything going on, is highly appreciated. And with that, we are adjourned.
And it's only supposed to get way colder on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, that block building,